All right, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because this was bitter. A third straight loss in the division for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this time to the Carolina Panthers, who now sit atop the NFC South. Although the Buccaneers do control their destiny to the playoffs, we'll get to that in just a second. But let's just start with the fact that the Buccaneers had 3 division games lined up. New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina. They lost all 3 of them by less than a touchdown. New Orleans beat them by 4. Atlanta came back, beat them by 1 in prime time, and then a 3-point loss to the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte. 23-20 was the final score. Tampa Bay had a chance to win this game. First of all, they had the lead at multiple points in this contest, but they had a chance to win the game, tie it at the worst with a field goal, but then, well, I guess the worst case scenario was they turned the ball over. Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, they just weren't on the same page. There was some miscommunication. Was Baker going to scramble, or was Mike going to continue his route? Baker ends up throwing an interception. So it looks like Baker just made a horrible decision, but truly it's just 2 guys not being on the same page, and that's just a bad break, and that happens in professional football. But when you're in this type of situation and you have to win a game like this on the road to keep your playoff chances alive, you don't really get bad breaks. You know, we don't really kind of let that slide. That's just kind of the thing. Bad breaks don't get a slide. They don't get a pass when you're on a slide of games, essentially. So the Buccaneers have lost 3 straight in the division, but they've been losing a lot lately. They've been one of the worst teams in the league since the bye week. They cannot find a way to consistently win games. And now, let's talk about the playoff scenario. They have to win their final 2 games at Miami, and then Carolina's going to come to Raymond James Stadium. And the Bucs have to win that one to win the South, and then host a game the very next week against very likely the second-place finisher of the NFC West. They have not won back-to-back games in months. So for them to win back-to-back games to win the division, way easier said than done. That is a tall task for this group that has not been able to get stops when they need to on defense. And when they do get those stops, they haven't been able to win a game on offense. This is a team that was winning 1-score games. Baker Mayfield was leading game-winning drives earlier in the season. The defense was getting clutch stops earlier in the season, and all of a sudden, that luck has flipped. The table truly has turned, and now the Bucs just can't seem to finish games at all. And somehow they're supposed to now just finish the season with back-to-back wins to make the playoffs. I don't even know if that would save Todd Bowles' job. Let us know how you feel about that in the comments. Would winning the South save Todd Bowles' job? I say I don't think it would. I think it would take a run to the NFC Championship game, at least. I think if the Buccaneers win out and then they win in the wild card, win in the divisional round, go to the NFC Championship game, Todd Bowles can come back the next season. Anything less than that, I think you might have to close the door on this chapter and bring some new blood in, coaching-wise, to revitalize this group and take it to the next level, because fans are, quite frankly, tired of settling for the 4th spot in the playoffs, hosting a really good 5-seed team, maybe winning, maybe losing. It's not fun. You know, start hot, midseason low, maybe you finish. Like, the same thing is kind of setting itself up this year, but I don't think it's enough, and it's definitely leaving an unsettled feeling in the heart of the Tampa Bay fan base. So I don't know if Todd Bowles' job is safe just because the Buccaneers may or may not win these last 2 games. Let us know how you feel about that in the comments. Remember, the Buccaneers got to beat Miami, got to beat Carolina. If they do those 2 things, they are NFC South champions for the 5th consecutive season.